guard, standing 6'5", number 2, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander. The other guard, standing 5'11", number 3, Chris Paul. And center, at 7'0", number 29. Billy Donovan is your head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, your Oklahoma City Thunder.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the center position. And for the Thunder, they've got Junior, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Nader in at the small forward spot. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue. That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out. And once you get the height advantage from there, no need to mess around.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. One challenge that he, like all coaches mentioned, is dealing with the sharp mentality of Chris Paul. Coach said, when you play against Chris, you need to be focused at the highest level. He knows every detail and situation. And if you aren't matching him in that, then you're fighting an uphill battle. Chris Paul has truly been a student of the game for a long time. Guys?
Thanks, David.
And with Lauri Markkanen, the former 7th pick in the draft, you like him best when he's aggressive and looking for his own shot.
You're right, Greg. I like angry Lauri Markkanen because he's dangerous when he has that type of mindset. He needs to have that mentality of a #1 option, even if he's not one. That's when he's the most impactful on the floor.
That one goes in. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
The question for Zach LaVine coming in, will he get strong enough? There's your answer.
Passes it to Junior. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Carter. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Levine finds Markkanen. Back to Levine. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And that's now 6 points for Zach LaVine. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, here's Junior. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Junior's got his second basket.
And Junior, a player who's expected to be a bit of a project. They'll give him spots here and there early in the year, but he's shown well in the time he's had thus far.
And Greg, Junior, a player they have high hopes for, just not early on. Talent is there, certainly, but the opportunities to develop might not be readily available. So both teams changing it up here. On defense, the Thunder trailing by 2. Levine kicks to White. There's the triple. Doesn't go that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Well, Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Junior makes it off the glass. Junior's got 6.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now here is Carter. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Clippers.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game.
Carter kicks to Gallinari. Feeds it to Adams. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Here's Junior. Levine with the rebound. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And the deep ball has come alive the last few seasons for Zach LaVine. He set a Bulls record for made threes in a season last year.
Hey, Greg, Zach LaVine continues to work and improve.
For the Bulls. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Young. Porter comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And it's Kobe White in for Zach LaVine. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
So for Chicago right now, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White is out there with Valentine, and it's Weber in at the center. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Nuggets, put on a show. He ended up with 21 points, and it seemed like every shot he put up was going in. That's how dialed in he was. He didn't let the losing streak get to him. In fact, he used it as motivation to get the W and break that streak. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And that's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
There's the pass to Porter. Here's Markkanen, the turnaround jumper. Count it. Markkanen's got 5 points in the quarter.
Up against the clock once again, we see Markkanen's poise on the offensive end.
Paul surveying the floor. Over White. On target from 13 feet. Paul's got the lead back up to 1 now for the Thunder.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
White the pass to Porter. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. Can't hit that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Bulls trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And, you know, we talk a lot about Paul as a leader on and off the court. Was elected president of the Players Association back in 2013, re-elected for a 4-year term in 2017. People simply trust his point of view.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Levine's checked in. Carter outside. Outside White. 1:58 left in the first half of basketball. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Well, we know for Chris Paul, Greg, it's nothing new to lead, but on Oklahoma City last year, he had to do it without being surrounded by superstars.
You know, that's okay. Paul's a guy who wants to set the table. You have to have the ball to do that, and he's at his best when directing traffic and making his teammates better.
And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. Free throw good, Junior. 1:51 left to play here in the half. White the pass to Carter. Kick out to Levine. And the Bulls with another miss. The Thunder leading by 6. Here's Junior. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Markkanen. Porter dishes to Carter. Markkanen passes to Levine. 6 to shoot. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Chicago calls timeout. Junior really making a difference here.
Man, he has absolutely worn them out in the paint.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari is out there with Junior. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Nader in at the 3 slot. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it's Gallinari missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
For Oklahoma City, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold. And anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Just 5 to shoot. From deep. And it's Carter missing. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Gallinari surveying the D. And the layup's good off the glass. Gallinari's got his first points of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
A nice shot by Carter.
Good heads-up basketball from Kobe. Spots a wide-open shooter and gets it to him.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, here's Junior. And it's sent back by Carter. Outside, Levine. And a wide-open look for Porter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Porter's got 6.
Although Porter's a good bet to make that shot, it's a play you can run for him time and time again.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Mike Muscala is checked in for Oklahoma City. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chicago. And that one drops.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Porter kicks to Levine. Now here's Valentine, defended by Paul.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
To the middle. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Some changes for Chicago. Weber, he's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Chandler Hutchison in for Porter.
Drafted 13th overall because of his great length and athleticism. Zach LaVine has really rounded out his skill set.
Here's Schroeder. Sinks the triple. He's got 8.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Levine passes to Hutchison. Levine kicks to Weber. Pass to Valentine. Young trying to break free. The shot by Valentine, no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And Junior throws it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Bulls. 9-point game. Passes it to Young. 2:44 left in the third. Shoots from 14. He can't get it to go. Adams, some nice D.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Valentine passes to Levine. Back to Valentine. Bulls moving the ball around. Now, here is Weber. Defense right on him. Just 4 to shoot. Levine inside the three-point line. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Nerlens Noel checks in for... And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. The Bulls also changing it up. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Weber. Markkanen comes in for Young. And Porter subbed in for Chandler Hutchison. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Valentine out there with Levine. And it's Porter at the 3.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Levine dishes to Carter.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up.
Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
Porter in the corner. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Kobe White, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Nader. Here's Junior. That 3 off the mark. White the pass to Levine. Will it go? And it's White missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Junior throws it down.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Levine against Paul. And the jam by Levine.
This is what Zach LaVine is built to do. He can get you points in bunches, and sometimes he can go all night.
Paul passes to Nader. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. The pass to Gallinari. He kicks to Paul. 5 on the clock. Pass to Junior. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Carter's got 8 rebounds in this game. Levine double team. Porter in the corner. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 6 assists in the game.
When you talk about the best 3-and-D guys in the league, Porter's a climber on that list.
There's a minute left in the 4th quarter. Nader's shot's good.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Thunder.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Junior.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's Porter with the three, and the Bulls another three.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Paul outside, floats it up for Junior. It's stolen by Carter. No good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.